And while we're on the topic of the Supreme Court, it's time to introduce a new segment. In 2020, there were dozens of election-related challenges leading up to and after Election Day. In fact, that very topic came up at the presidential debate this week.
You and your allies, 60 cases in front of many judges, many of them
No
Republican,
judge looked at it.
And said
they
there was
said
no
we didn't have
widespread
standing.
fraud.
That's the other thing. They said we didn't have standing, a technicality. Can you imagine a system where a person in an election doesn't have standing? The president of the United States doesn't have standing. That's how we lost.
Now, the OGs who have been watching this show from the beginning already know what standing is. But hey, it's always good to have a refresher. Standing is your ticket into any court in America, and you have to have it to get in the door. Yes, even the President of the United States has to have standing. When you file a lawsuit, you have to show three things before the court will allow you to expend its time and resources. First, you have to show that you were injured. Second, that injury was caused by the person or the entity that you were suing. And third, that a favorable decision from the court would help redress that injury. Almost every single case that Trump tried challenging the election got tossed on standing because he wasn't able to show one or all of those three things. Standing is going to be important this year, too, as we can expect plenty of election-related challenges leading up to and perhaps even after November 5th. So that's why we have created this new segment, Democracy on the Docket, to keep you informed about election-related challenges in the courts. Another big part of the upcoming election, as we've talked about many times on the show, abortion on the ballot. The Supreme Court's landmark decision in Dobbs sent the issue back to the states. Now voters in 10 states will weigh in on abortion access. And this week, Missouri's highest court ruled that a measure undoing the state's near total ban on abortion will appear on the ballot in November, allowing voters to decide whether to enshrine the right to choose to have an abortion in the state's constitution. The ruling came down on Tuesday, just hours before the deadline on changes had to be made to the ballot. Now, voters in Maryland are going to answer a similar question, deciding whether to permanently enshrine access to abortion in the Maryland Constitution. The Right to Reproductive Freedom Amendment would add a new article to the state constitution's Declaration of Rights, establishing a right to reproductive freedom, including, quote, the ability to make and effectuate decisions to prevent, continue, or end one's own pregnancy. Right now, abortion before viability is legal in Maryland. The point of viability is when a fetus can survive outside the womb, which according to doctors is around 24 weeks of pregnancy. Abortions after viability are also legal in Maryland if the woman's life or health is in danger or there's a fetal anomaly. Voters in Maryland and Missouri, along with 8 other states, will decide this issue in November. Here's a list of the states, including swing state Arizona, which could be an issue for Republicans. Because since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade in 2022, voters in 6 states have weighed in on the issue of abortion, and all 6 times they favored access. 4 states, California, Michigan, Ohio, and Vermont, approved state constitutional measures to protect access to abortion. And then in 2 states, Kentucky and Kansas, voters rejected efforts to restrict access. And although the Supreme Court intended to send the issue of abortion back to the states, the notion of a federal law protecting or preventing access to abortion is front and center this election season.
And I pledge to you, when Congress passes a bill to put back in place the protections of Roe v. Wade, as President of the United States, I will proudly sign it into law. But understand, if Donald Trump were to be reelected, he will sign a national abortion ban. Understand, in his Project 2025, there would be a national abortion, a monitor that would be monitoring your pregnancies, your miscarriages.
Trump has denied supporting a national abortion ban. And this week, a judge has struck down North Dakota's abortion ban, saying the state's constitution protects access, and the ban is unconstitutional because it's too vague. The state currently has no abortion clinics after a trigger law went into effect after the Supreme Court overturned Roe. North Dakota's Republican Attorney General has promised to appeal the decision.